Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Forest of Memories. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, your guardian, High Remembrance, and Arbiter, and welcome once again to Master of Command, now with the Lion and Eagle DLCs. So,
A rock.
well, it would be funny if one of the factions was a rock. Yeah, we don't need guns, we're just gonna throw rocks at you. But no. Two new factions have been added to the game with this DLC. The first, or one of them, is the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and trust me, we'll get to them. We'll get to them. But the main reason I wanted to play is because of Sweden being introduced. Now, before we begin, a few things that have been changed in the game. We'll go over a lot of them in the game itself, but some new things that have been added if you want to get this game. First of all, there's the new Insight resource. This actually lets you choose or level up your general, which is really cool. Second, you will now see when you're picking an army, you'll be basically seeing what you'll be allowed to recruit, basically. So, for example, with the British Expedition here, it says there's a major British recruitment bias, which means you're going to find mostly British troops. Then there's a dominant Hanoverian, which means most of your recruits are going to be, well, yeah, whatever this is, depending on what it says. And I think it's slight, major, and dominant, I believe. There might be another one in there. But again, we're playing as the Swedes. Sweden begins as a faded power, but can seek two paths of reform through its military school that disciplines its army. Its infantry can still deliver powerful shock attacks when properly led, striking with the remnants of old Karelian aggression. Yet, years of decline have left Swedish troops with weak morale and sluggish campaign movement, making them slower to mount serious offensives. So, our overall thing is we have access to the Swedish military school, which I will talk about when we're in the game, and the Death March stance, which is, you'll see. But overall, yes, we march 15% slower on the map. So here's what it says. In Delta, or in Delta, I think it's in Delta, or in Delta forces. In Delta forces from the backbone of Sweden's old Karelian army, recruited through a household-based allotment system similar to the Prussian canton. By the mid-18th century, years of neglect have dulled their former edge, yet many veteran commanders still place their faith in the Karelian tradition of discipline, resolve, and powerful infantry charges. Now, I should mention, when I was hyping this up, I was talking about, Carolus Rex and the Karelians and everything. That was before this. It has been many, many years since Charles XII was the Lion of the North and the leader of Sweden. And since then, the Swedes have kind of faded. As it says, they're a faded power. However, with the way the game works, these guys can become, from what a friend of mine's told me, these guys can become the scariest shock infantry in the game. Yes, even better than the Prussians, who have some of the best heavy infantry in the world. Yeah, these guys can beat them. So, we will be playing as the Indelta forces, which gives us Karelian Spirit. So, our infantry charge has a 15% in command radius, and there's a slight recruitment bias. So, basically, we need to have our leaders with them, with our guys at all times. And yeah, we'll hop right into it. Gonna play on Yeah, I think we're gonna play on Colonel. Mainly because, well, yeah, I'm not a baby, so. Now, here's the thing. There were two other things that were added with this DLC. I'll go over the first one now. The military school. Only the Swedes get this. Basically, how it works is that you can choose. This bar right here will fill up. Once it gets to 100%, you will learn a reform. There's the Karelian reforms, and the Ehrenswald reforms. So one of them is to make your infantry better. The other makes your overall army better. So like your officers and your overall army. You can boost this by, if you want Karelian reforms, you use treatises. These military treatises. If you want officer and army reforms, you use staff officers. And basically you have to pick which of these you want as you're going through the campaign. And they stack. So you can get this Gapa tactics 3 times, which could give you 30% charge, but 18% less stamina. So, to start with, We are gonna go with, I think for now we're gonna go with the regimental drilling. So we get, Army veterancy goes up by 15%, and our morale goes up. We need the morale. Because that's one of the Swedish weaknesses is low morale. So, not as low as the Russians, but, well, but still pretty low. So, alright, now what are we starting with? Well, actually, we should pick where we're going first. Protect Gothenland from the Prussians. Let's see, oh, that's a new one. Camp Follower Wives. The, Reformed Commissariat. Some Varvad. Ooh, some Grenadiers, you say? The Varvad Grenadiers. I'm guessing that's an elite unit. Yeah, No, I want the... No, I just saw the... No, that's better. Those guys come 1,800 men in a unit of line infantry? Yes, please. Yes, please. I'll take it. Hey, Jarrett. Welcome to Gothenland. All right. So, here's what we're starting with. Our starting commander, Adam Bernard Horn, has the Zealous ability, which gives him a charge bonus. All of these men, we've got Swedish Musketeers right here, along with some Indelta recruits. We've also got our Swedish Provincial Cavalry. Now, I think I'm going to pull the cavalry over here, and I think I'm going to give our 2nd Brigade command of the recruits. Because, well, the recruits need to get some training. And we're going to do that by giving one of them, let's see, what is it? Yeah, let's give one of them this. Yeah, we have halberds now for veterancy gain, charge, and morale damage. Also, I should point out that this is kind of important to know. Just because your guys are good at charging doesn't mean they're going to last the whole fight, because if their morale breaks, it doesn't matter how hard they hit. You got to make sure you keep them alive. All right, General, your army stands at the frontier, though modest in size, blah, blah, blah. We've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt at least 5 times. I know what I'm getting into. All right, first things we're going to do is we want the reservists. We're taking the reservists because we're going to take a lot of casualties early on. If you're playing an army that specializes in shock tactics where you charge in, you're going to take losses. So you want to have reservists to replace them. Also, another new thing that was added. Now, the enemy armies will have doctrines. These guys are using Frederick II's doctrine. This focuses on wide flanking maneuvers, covering a large section of the battlefield with thin ranks, and rapid advances to catch the enemy off guard. Its weakness is long-distance firefights due to lower range capabilities. This army is likely to be aggressive, and it may defend if it has a large artillery advantage. So they can move 30% faster. They have 40% more fire into the flanking. Well, if they fire into my flanks, they're doing 40% more damage. And but they've got a minus 10% of their range. This is kind of imbalanced. I'm not gonna lie. That should be like a minus 20 to range, honestly. If you're gonna give that kind of bonus, but whatever. We've got them outnumbered, so it's mostly it's Prussian recruits and their provincial cavalry. We can handle that. So, oh, thank you for the care package, Amina. Now, for those who don't know how the Karelians do things, or how they used to do things by this time period, the Karelian tactic was march really, 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 really close to the enemy, fire a devastating volley, and then charge. So that's what we're going to be doing. Plus, the closer you get, you don't have to worry about...
Hello, my love. Hi, everyone. Hi, Plov 1 Zaruk, Mile Zaruk, George Zaruk.
Love you, baby. And remember, it doesn't matter how accurate you are if you can get up in someone's face. Who cares about accuracy at that point? You're definitely going to hit something. That said, we want to make sure we don't take too many losses right now. So for now, we will kind of like shoot it out with them for now. Plus, I want to make sure our general stays close by to motivate these recruits. And the cavalry, I need to mirror whatever these guys do with their cavalry. Put them right here on the hill. That'll work. We want to wait. We want to hold our fire until they're in range. All right, we've got better range than them, so they have to get closer. Let him fire a volley at least. Or not. Okay. Kill him. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good grief. Yeah, if you idiots want to stand that close, that's fine. Let him get a little bit closer. Ouch. All right, once the guns are reloaded, we're going to march. We're going to get right in their faces, and we're going to attack them. Yeah, I think our... You know what? Onward, brave Caroleans. Yeah, let them take their pot shots. It's fine. Get right in their faces. Yep, there goes their infantry. And now we've got a melee going on. Yep, there goes their cavalry.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull crown!
Alright, our guys are pulling back, which makes sense. They got beat up on by the cavalry. Like I said, shock armies are always going to take heavy casualties. If you don't break the enemy on the charge and it turns into a scrap, you're going to lose a lot of guys. But that's why you always bring more dudes. I had jury duty today. I got there an hour early by mistake. Caught the judge smoking in the parking lot, and he told me court was canceled. Well, hey, at least you got there early to find out. Imagine all the people who showed up there on time and were like, I wasted all this time for nothing. Also, I just realized I forgot to post it. I was live. Hang on. I need to do that. Hang on. There it is. That's weird. 1 second, everybody. Something weird. Okay, never mind. We're good. All right, just had to check something. All right. I'd say that was really weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna drop this in the Discord, and then I'll get right back to it. I apologize. I was just so excited to start playing. Oh, for Pete's sake, is it pouring down rain again? Yeah, for those who didn't see my my post on Blue Sky, I've got a bird problem. Some birds got into my air conditioning unit, and I don't know how they got in, but at this point, I've literally had to shoo 4 birds out of my apartment and back outside. I'm thinking they set up a nest somewhere to escape the storm that hit yesterday. And so now I had to call maintenance, and I was like, hey, I've got a bird problem. I need you guys to come take care of it. And I don't even know when they're going to be here. Like, they were supposed to be here like 3 hours ago, didn't show up. So I'll just call tomorrow morning and be like, hey, I'm not there anymore, so you're going to have, but I need someone to go check it out. Like, it's not a problem. It's just kind of annoying hearing them, like, or if they get out and get into my apartment. That's where the problem starts. Anyway, back to the game. So we're going to take veterans. So exchange. We get food and we get veterancy for our men. It's important. You can see we didn't use a lot of ammo, but we did. But half of our reservists are gone because we need to replace the losses. All right. Anyone level up or anything? Yes, actually, the recruits did. Nice. All right, I want you guys to be. Well, you're not ready yet, but I'm going to make you into Swedish Musketeers. Exjul, or however you say this over here. Right, well, I don't need this. I don't need this. I definitely don't need this or this. So, but a morale boosting item. Anything else in here? Okay, good. You got recruits. That sucks. These guys, so here's your language factor today. Tyska is Swedish, is basically the Swedish word for German. So these are basically German soldiers, which is why we can get Jaegers and everything. So, the Swedish Dragoons. You know what? Nah, just give me some more in-Delta recruits. Ah. I'll take that too. So, here's the thing. Normally, I wouldn't be buying the special ammunition or anything, but the reason I'm buying it is because, well, think about it for a second. A lot of the special ammunition is, you know, limits your range and everything. But what does that matter when my literal tactic is get right in your face and pull the trigger? Oh, hey, Ragami, what's up? All right, now, well, no, let's not do that yet. Later, I'm gonna start pillaging, but right now, not right now.
If you think about it, Karelians were the first modern shock troops.
Yeah, they were. Let's see. That's better than what we got. I got a Potsdam musket. Not very good for what we want. But, yeah, we need to get better guns for our guys. There's a convoy over here we should check out. And you can see our guys move really slow when they're not on roads. Your Grace, a group of merchants is passing through the area under light guard. They request assistance in defending their wagon from bands of highwaymen. We may assign them a portion of our resources and ammunition, whether modest or generous. We must understand that anything we commit shall be at risk. The faster they travel, the farther they travel, the more time it will cost us. And if the mission fails, our losses will not be recovered. Thank you. Nice. And now it's... oh, yeah, the weather effects. I forgot about that. So weather has been added to the game now. And basically with that, it'll affect how battles go or how everything happens, basically. In this case, it's raining. So movement speed drops. Visibility goes down. And in battle, you're 10% less accurate and your reload is 10% slower. Is there anything good in here? Nah, not really. Alright. Let's go do this real quick. Alright, yeah. We've been spotted. Damn it. Well, I guess we're fighting it out. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, it's an all-cavalry unit. Okay. The Petrin Doctrine. This commander uses Peter the Great's doctrine. Ha! It's focused on holding key ground with robust troops that can endure fatigue and resist morale shocks. Its weakness is morale recovery, making troops less likely to return after being routed. This army is unlikely to be aggressive, and it may defend even without an artillery advantage. Why, if you brought cavalry? Why would you want to have an army that can hold ground and resist shock if you brought cavalry? Like, they're light... Never mind. Whatever. Let's just sweep them off the field. Sure, they have a cavalry advantage, but this is light cav. And remember, light cavalry is not meant to get caught up in fights. It's meant to harass. It's meant to skirmish. It's meant to, take advantage of weak spots. But yes, with the rain like this, our reload is slower, our accuracy is less. Yeah, it's rough. All right, let's see. All right, well, so the exact same tactic doesn't really apply here, but yeah, we're going to keep using it. Mainly because the thing that's going to help us the most is that if they decide to charge us, which they probably won't unless we get really close, they'll take a ton of damage because the game has now been tweaked in a way that if cavalry charges head on with the enemy and gets a full volley shot at them, their morale, even if they don't lose a lot of dudes, their morale tanks because no cavalry guy wants to ride into a bunch of guns. So, yeah. Actually, no, we need to make sure we stay together. Let's take the ground. Let's take the fields right here. The reason I say that is because if they do charge, which I guarantee you they will once they get close enough, we want to be able to pivot our men around. Alright, pick it up. Alright, gentlemen, now I know this is going to sound a little crazy, but I want you to... Never mind, get ready to shoot. I was about to say hold fire until I give the order, but no, they're charging. Alright. Fire when ready. These guys are mad. Yep, there goes one group. Yep, there goes another group. Oh, that was over quick, wasn't it? Yeah, they're done. Those guys are done. Yep, that's it. That was fast. See, this is why if you want to hold ground, you don't use light cavalry. Like, the AI just threw the cavalry into a meat grinder, they got chopped up, and then they ran away. How many men did we lose? Okay, so we lost 462, they lost 586, but that was a quarter of their army. We barely lost it. We didn't even lose a tenth of ours. Didn't even use a lot of ammunition either. Oh no, put that back. We can actually use that now, actually. Oh, right, no, we need staff officers for this one. Okay. Well, that didn't turn out too bad. Alright, let's keep moving. There's a convoy up there we can check out. Oh, now it's a thunderstorm! Great! Now it's even worse. Range, 10% loss. Morale, 5% back. Oh, for Pete's sake. The Maurician Doctrine. This commander uses Maurice of Nassau's doctrine. It is focused on disciplined infantry volleys that can shock targets and break them quickly. Its weakness is low morale, with units being more susceptible to breaking under heavy pressure. This army is unlikely to be aggressive, and it may defend if it has a slight artillery advantage. 25% morale damage dealt, plus 15% morale damage received. Fire by rank is enabled for all infantry. Fire by rank is terrifying in this game. For those who don't know what that means, fire by rank basically means if you've got like 3 long rows of dudes, fire by rank means first rank, fire, kneel. Second rank, fire, kneel. Third rank, fire, kneel. Hey, Chujin, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Please make yourself at home. We're doing Master of Command tonight and playing as the Swedes. How you doing? Yeah, like I was saying, the reason fire by rank is so terrifying is because it guarantees that you are always shooting, basically. Your first rank will fire their weapons. Then they will kneel and start reloading. The second rank of men will then fire their weapons and then kneel and begin reloading. The third rank will fire their weapons and begin to reload. And by the time everything's done, if everything goes according to plan and the men are well trained, by the time that's done, the first rank will be ordered stand. They will stand up, they will prepare their weapons, and they will fire again and then kneel back down. So it is a constant wave of gunfire coming in, cutting into somebody. Yes, Lizard Guy, army stuff. This is during the time of Frederick the Great. It's the 7 Years' War. Let's see. Yeah, so those Prussian musketeers are kind of scary, but I want to use the terrain against them. Let's see if we can get them to cross the river and come to us. I doubt it, but we can try. See, if they cross the river, or at least try to cross the river in a storm, no less, they're going to be exhausted by the time they get here. Encountered Godzilla Ultima, and won, I hope. Did you win? Yeah, thunderstorm going on, so range minus 10%. Accuracy minus 20%. Morale down 5%. But like I said, accuracy doesn't mean jack when you can literally get point blank at somebody. We have to beat him again in round 2. Ah, you can do it. I believe in you. About time someone gave Goji a good kick in the ass. Even if only briefly. We're going to tell our guys to hold their fire until the enemy gets closer. We're already shooting at long range anyway because of the rain. Best to let them get closer. What's wrong? Come a little closer. Let's see. Fire. Alright, now it's a gunfight. At least for the time being. We're gonna do something a little cheeky. We're gonna get our cavalry across the water while they're busy fighting it out over here. Alright, we're gonna fire another volley and then we're gonna advance a few steps closer. Probably sprint the distance too. Actually, you know what? Nah. Just march now. Move up. The reason I'm saying that is because, yeah, all of our guys are about to reload anyway. Hold. I want everyone to reload their weapons. Wait. I don't know what the Swedish word for shoot is, but whatever. Let him have it. That's more like it, boys. All right. Now then, let's see how these Prussian musketeers like getting hit from the flank. Get him, boys. Turns out they don't like that at all. Yeah, they're getting cut up. They're also doing more damage than I thought to my cavalry. All right, there they go. Chase them down though. Don't let them get away. That's their best unit, so don't let them get away. In the meantime, let's adjust slightly. Who's firing out of rank? Hey! I did not give you permission to shoot. There will be discipline for that. The next guy who fires his weapon out of line is getting the lash. Don't even try to do that. You're supposed to be Caroleans. Now then, let's try this again. Wait for my orders. Thank you, Rhubarb. Gefur. Got it. Up. Then we wait for these Indelta recruits. Actually, Rhubarb, how do you say this? Is it Indelta or Indilta? How do you say that? Anyway, let's see. These guys will reload already. Gefur! There we go. Nice! Good shot. All right, finish them off. Gefur! Okay, finish them off. There we go. Broken. Easy. In Swedish, it's Swedish chef noises. Nice. All right, I think for this one, take some more reservists. Some might prefer a lashing. No! You joke, no. I don't think you guys, if you don't know what a lashing was back then, it killed people. Getting the lash was almost like a death sentence. Getting lashed or whipped was literally exactly what it sounds like. They'd literally tie you to a pole and then strip you bare, like, you know, where your back was exposed, and then they'd flog you. They'd whip you over and over again until the sentence was carried out. And it could be bad. You could literally die from it. If not the pain, the cuts into your flesh from the whips would get infected and you'd die. So yeah, you could get they would get it. You would bleed out. The wounds could get infected. It was awful. Let's see. I don't have enough for some new recruits. Oh wait. Yeah, wait. To quote Terry Crews, yeah, I do. Got some recruits. So we have more men on the field. Make sure we give them proper weapons. Okay, so I said, is it in Delta or in Dilta? I think it's in Delta troops, but it could be in Dilta. Again, I don't speak Swedish, so I don't know. I don't know how they pronounce it. Also, good God, this storm is bad. I thought it would have let up by now. Good grief. All right, well, keep going. Oh gosh, another one? You've got to be kidding. We just had a fight. Fine, another one. Uh-oh, they got cannons. Oh, but you've only got Freikorps. All right, we should be okay then. Let's see. The Gustavian Doctrine. This commander uses Gustavus Adolphus's doctrine. It's focused on command and control with large officer command radiuses and high morale. Its weakness is increased officer death chance in units with attached officers. Really? Good to know. I guess in that case, we'll be concentrating our fire on the units that have officers in them. And if anyone's about to say, that doesn't sound very honorable, honor doesn't exist on the battlefield. There are rules, but honor has no place on the battlefield. If I get to kill you and it helps, like if I kill you in a brutal way and I win faster, so be it. There are rules, but honor doesn't, but honor has its place, and it ain't now. Doing good, Wolf Gaming. Ooh! There's a rainbow. So the weather is now beautiful, which means item costs are down, sale profit is up, and in battle, we get more stamina and more morale. I guess looking at a rainbow made the men want to fight a little bit harder. All right, let's see. So that unit has one of their commanders in it, and the other commanders with their artillery. All right. I'm sending 2nd Brigade along with the cavalry to the to our right flank so they can deal with the enemy commander over here. The left flank will have to be held by our general and these 3 infantry units. The thing is, we need to clean this unit up quick because the cavalry needs to ride around and eliminate that artillery. I think that's... Oh, God, those are howitzers. Oh, boy. All right, yeah. No, we need to kill those things fast. Howitzers are devastating. So... This battle has been blessed with gay energy. Yeah, and speaking of, happy Pride Month, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. And remember, no matter who you are, what you believe, or whatever your sexuality or beliefs are, you are always welcome here, because the forest welcomes everyone. Also, because it's Kaijun, I'm thinking next week we'll play some Amber Isle again. If you guys want to see that. I know a lot of people said they want me to play the game again, and I don't mind doing that. Why not? Honors reserved for after the battle when dealing with prisoners. Yeah, yes, that's true. I was about to say that depends on the time period, but no, in this time period, yes, absolutely. Hold. Let them get really close. All right, let them have it.
Aye!
Line up and shoot. Ooh, yeah, that'll hurt. All right, let's do something about that artillery. Those musketeers have a choice. They can turn around and shoot the cavalry and expose themselves to a charge, or they can ignore it. And they're choosing to ignore it. Poor choice. You've chosen unwisely. Oh, is that what we're doing? Okay, we can do that. Countercharge. Countercharge. Oh, killed the officer over there. I saw it. He's dead. Shift over there and fight those guys. Let's clean this up. Need to clean this up for our guys' break. Oh, yep, there we go. That's all right. We'll rally them. Too little, too late, guys. All right, don't let him get away. Meanwhile, back on the line. Yeah, I think those guys are gone. They did take a lot of losses. And they're also recruits, so... You know, I'm not exactly... counting on them to hold the line forever. All right, you guys are gonna wait. Oh God, that was devastating. Okay, hang on. All right, fire off a volley. There it is. I was about to say, if that doesn't work, I was going to charge. But no, that worked. Hey, look at that. An officer. Atom, boys. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's exactly what happened, Rhubarber. You're just gonna leave your officer out in the open. It's literally like that Russian Badger clip. Don't mind if I do. Alright, we need to get some more reservists because we're out. Cavalry charge, infantry accuracy, no. Reroll. Let's go with, yeah, that works. Heavily guarded supply train is en route through the valley below. The carts appear unstable, overburdened with powder and equipment. A direct assault could yield valuable stores, but one stray shot may see the entire train lost in a fiery blast. We may attempt to capture it intact or fire into the wagons and destroy the cargo outright, thereby delaying the enemy headquarters. Or we can capture the cargo, face a field army, but capture 4 items. We'll be back. I don't have the manpower yet. I need to get some more dudes. Then we can do that. Yeah, I saw Wolf Gaming. I'm excited. Alright, we got ourselves a level 3 officer, which is always nice. What are you good at? Ah. One of those officers. I mean, it's not bad. I'll hold on to him for now. All right, there's our first doctrine received. Veterancy now goes up by 15% across the army, and morale goes up by 10%. Very nice. Now we're gonna learn Gapa, so we can we'll have better charge. Selling a lot of this stuff, see what else they got in here. Not much, really. Got any guns? Yes, you do! Okay, Jönköping muskets, which are the standard Swedish firearm. The Potsdam musket, no. There aren't really any muskets that are good on the charge. These are new, though. The Liège musket from Wallonia. But no, we want Jönköping muskets, like the standard Swedish musket. I mean, the Lands pattern are good too, but like they're not for charging. The English muskets, they're not for you know, not exactly useful in a brawl. I'll take that Liège musket though. And I've also got a Soule musket here, which is for good accuracy. So, right, that'll work. So, real quick, that reminds me. There we go. Okay, so you guys can have this really good one. You guys need a better gun, so take this one. Take this one. There you go. Gotta make sure they all have proper guns. Time to test our guns. Don't really have the thing now, so let me see if I can find something we don't need. There we go. That'll replace all of our men. All right, let's check out this convoy up here before we go back and check that one. This is not what you think it is, Danny. This game just came out like last year or two ago. Unless you're telling me you pirated a game made by a historical YouTuber. Let's check that out. Yeah, capture the cargo. Oh, come on. Really? Here I was thinking we'd get something good. Whatever. All right, what are we up against? Frederick II's doctrine. So, flanking maneuvers. Cantonist recruits, Prussian musketeers, Freikorps, Hussars. Ew. 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 Hussars. Okay, we gotta be careful then. Hussars are no joke. Yeah, he did. He's the lead developer for this game, and that's why it's so cool. It feels so. It's a historical guy. It's a historian's dream. I love this game. Okay, did they bring? Okay, they did bring cavalry. They brought the Freikorps Hussars. I don't know if my guys are. No, not really. We're not really. We are not exactly going to be. We can't really square up against Hussars. At least not on the charge. But. But if we keep them supported, we should be okay. Main thing is they're going to try flanking attacks, like we read. So we need to be careful. Okay, those units have to cross the river, so... Let's try something. Let's try something new. We'll advance like this with the 2 units in reserve, so we can push them forward if we need to fill the line. Alright, let's get up here on this hill. And I want my other units to stay in the back, just in case. Yes, this is a very fun tactical game. Yeah, so Armchair Historian has basically still got a full year's worth of content that he's going to show to the end of this year, but after that, he's going to pivot onto game making. Yes, the game is on Steam. It's called Master of Command. Now, like I said, they're going to try for a flank. They're going to try for flanking maneuvers, which is why I stacked my guys over here. Also, you guys need to run. Just pick it up a little bit. Run. Hoof it. Why do you run, child? For what reason do you... For what reason do you increase your pace to keep distance, young one? Kid, the fuck you hoofing it so hard for? Alright, once we're in range here, because see, look, they're trying to flank us. That's why I wanted to keep our guys back here. We're going to swing around and meet that flank. Oh, well, never mind. Alright, let's start making use of this cavalry. Now, they probably are going to get the first shot, but that's okay. What in the world are those guys doing? What's that quote from Blue-Eyed Samurai? Oh, fire, please. yeah, that hurt. I genuinely don't know what these guys... What are you idiots doing? Supposed to be Prussians. Supposed to be like the most disciplined and well-trained army in the world at the time. Let me show you what a good disciplined volley actually looks like, huh? Make ready! Right. One side's ready. We having some trouble, boys? Guess so. All right. Present! That's how you shoot a volley. All right, enough of this.
I see you!
Hey, Guillermo, what's up? Well, that's not going well. Hang on. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Alright. Almost time to get the cavalry in there. Never thought I'd see recruits go toe-to-toe with a bunch of musketeers and win. Get in there. They're running, which is good. I want to break that unit entirely. Alright, there we go. Shattered. They're not coming back. Spread the line out a bit. These guys, these two are fine over here. They're doing fine. The cavalry can ride in to help them at any time. There we go. That's a retreat. Here, another one, maybe. Fire. Oh, ad playing. I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah. I'm like Queso. Not everyone has the money for a subscription, so I'm gonna stop right here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's continue. Here comes the cavalry. Here come the hussars. We need to meet that charge because they're gonna brutalize us if I don't get in there. We have to meet that charge. There they go. Now we can drive off these recruits. We'll have it. There we go. Yeah, they're broken. There we go. See, that's what shock troops can do. You get enough shock troops together, you can basically bulldoze your way through an entire army. Yeah, I want the reservists, please. I'm going to upgrade some of our guys. So these Indelta recruits can now become musketeers, making them proper line infantry now. Our provincial cavalry can now become, well, almost, or about ready to become Swedish cavalry. I want them to become veteran cavalry so we have some good shock units. And these Indelta recruits can also become Swedish musketeers. Same thing with you guys. Now we have a full thing of line infantry, which is good. Let's see. Also want to make sure that all of our guys are, you know, properly equipped for the charge. But if we want to do that, we're going to need to get some better bayonets and some better, well, some better muskets and some better bayonets. All right, let's see. Yeah, I need more money. I need to get another brigade so I can field a bigger army. Check the map. Yep. Whip. Why not? Not my problem. Attention, ladies and gentlemen of the town of Gothenburg. I'm sorry to tell you this, but, actually, yes, that is a proper fitting description for what's about to happen. Boys, burn the town. Thank you, Danny. That perfectly summarizes what I was about to do. Fog is setting in. Done. Good job, boys.
You are mine!
That is also a perfect description of what I just did. Traveling merch. No, I need to get some more reservists before we can do that one. Now, what you got? Ooh. Light socket bayonets. That's good. Anything? Nah. Good melee. No. I want that good bayonet though. You got anything in the staff college? Some accuracy. see, veterancy gain, fire damage, accuracy, melee and morale, charge thing. Little luck never hurt anybody. We'll take that. Don't really want any cannons. You got anything in the powder house? Yes, you do. Buckshot rounds. No grenades. I was hoping somebody would be selling grenades. Ooh, some Tiska recruits. Yoink. I want them because they can become, we can make Jaegers out of them. Ooh. Ooh. Nice swords. Yeah, I'll be back. Hang on a minute. Alright, that's about all we can really trade off right now. Take that. Give me those basket hilt broadswords. Those are like the best charge weapon you can get. I'll take those lances too. So now our swords, our horses, now have proper broadswords for charging and have lances, which will also boost their charge. Yeah, but we're gonna need 1,000 talents, which is the goal. We need 1,000 to field another brigade. So, let me see. Let me check. When I get a chance, I'll check that Rebarber, because yeah, I'm pretty sure the only infantry, only types you get are like the Tiska infantry and the Indelta infantry for the Swedes. Let's go back and check. Because they've tweaked it now to where, like, certain armies have biases toward what recruitment units they're going to find. Like, for example, the British army has a bias toward British troops. The Petrine Doctrine. This commander uses Peter the Great's doctrine. Oh, right, the defensive one. Holding ground with robust troops. You might actually have the right men for it now. Recruits. Yeah, some Jaegers. And then some artillery. No cavalry. What a shame for you. Should have brought some cavalry with you. Should have brought some cavalry with you. No cavalry means I can basically ride around their entire line and attack whenever I want. Let's see. Well, not with this town in the way, I can't. But then again, that town will protect us from cannon fire. So, all right. Let's see. We'll have one group over there with the cavalry. Actually, no, I take that back. The cavalry needs to stay on the main part of the because with the river here, that makes movement more difficult. So. There we go, that's better. Again, same thing as before. We're going to march right up, put our muskets right in their faces, pull the trigger, and then charge. This is good news. Your man can be bees. Let's check our grammar on that, because I have no idea what you mean. Oh my god, bees. I love bees. I also love Evantris, so... Right. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're playing defensive. Okay. Here they come. Mark, this is good news. We can be bees. I think that's from a joke video. Mark, this is good news. Think, Mark. Yep, there's the cannonballs. Oh, those guys are stupid. They're literally crossing in the water. You idiots. All right, keep advancing. Get in their faces. Fire when ready. All right, and now since you idiots didn't bother to protect your cannons, I'll go and take them from you. Oh, okay, now I get it, Danny. Go get the cannons. Nope, shattered. Now get the light infantry. Those guys are done. Light infantry Jaegers are no match for cavalry. Are you guys charging across the water? Okay. That is incredibly stupid, but okay. Sure, charge right across the water. Why not?
This is stupid.
It is. Very. Now this whole river's just clogged with bodies.
A rock.
Caught between a rock and a hammer and an anvil. Yep, there we go. You polluted the water now. Hey, not my town. Not my town. Plus, I hate to break it to y'all, but back during this time period, a lot of rivers like that would have been polluted anyway. Where do you think people were dumping their waste? Yeah, just let me put it this way. There was a point in British history where so much waste was being dumped into the Thames River going through London that they literally started calling the river the Big Stink because the river smelled that bad. So yeah, no, it's... yeah. I mean, in some places, Danny, some places, yeah, they would do that. Also, give me a second. My model's turned off for a second. Give me a minute. my mom about the birds. Come on. Alright, we good? Yes, I think we're good. Yep, we're good. Sorry about that. Alright. Got some upgrades here. The command radius. No. None of these are good. I need charging stuff. Volley fire replaced by fire by rank. As useful as that would be, we're more of a charge-focused group, so nah. Let's see. Anyone here need a... Oh, you guys need better guns. Yeah. And now we can upgrade our guys to Swedish cavalry. So now they're proper heavy cab. And just a little bit more, and we'll have our first unit of Swedish Grenadiers, which are our premier shock infantry. Need to get some better bayonets. Alright, check this convoy, then we'll go check that convoy. No, we're not assholes, so escort them to safety. We're not assholes, says the guy who let his men burn down a whole town. How do they compare to the Finns? Are the Finns in this game? Pretty sure they're not. Oh, you mean the Finnish infantry? Okay, so I'll have to check. Give me a minute. I think this is going to be a blessing and a curse, honestly. Or whatever. All right, give me a sec. Let's see. So here are the Tiska recruits who can become Pomeranian Fly Fusiliers and then Jaegers, or become Varvad, Varvad Musketeers, and then Mecklenburger, artillery and musketeers. And I believe, let's see. Yeah, here it is, the Finnish troops. So the Swedish musketeers have, let's see, 35, 1200. Okay, so the trade-off is that the Finnish musketeers have more morale, can march faster. Is that stamina? Okay, have more stamina and can reload faster. But the Swedish units have, are faster on the march, have better charge and melee. Yeah, that's the thing. They're more shock focused. The Finnish troops are more line focused. So that's the difference. Stop off in this little village real quick. The heck's going on with the weather? Everything looks pink. Oh, thank you, grenades. We're gonna need those for later. Oh, it's a heat wave. No wonder the thing looked weird. All right, Gapa. Let's go with 10% more morale. Yeah, let's go with more regimental drilling, because I want our morale to be higher. Oh no, this guy has pink eye. Let's see. A mass grave. I recommend we march on. Yep. Because robbing graves is, well, not good. Oh, great. Now it's raining. Great. Well, my lord, at least the day can't get any worse. Shut the fuck up. Because the moment you say that, it's going to get worse. Got him. And there they are, the Queen's Life Musketeers. I believe these are one of the, yep, this is one of the rare units, like the special units. Not bad, boys. Not bad. Yeah, let's put you, yeah, let's put you over here. Yep, this will work. Unfortunately, we've got an army on our tail. Yes, it is Captain Crazy. Correct. All right, we do have a patrolling army that's hunting us right now. I was going to go attack this entrenched army to get a perk for defeating them, but with these guys on our tail... Oh no, where are you going? Come here. Yeah, we've got them dead to rights. We've got them outnumbered and outgunned. Let's take these guys down, then we can fight the army behind us. Gustavian Doctrine. Oh, the one that has a really high chance of getting your officers killed, and you brought nothing but cavalry. Okay, this is gonna be fun. A full officer's commission and 3 months of pay to whoever shoots down their officer on board his on top of his horse. My lord, isn't that considered dishonorable? Fuck your honor. Shoot that guy off his... Yeah, shoot that guy. Literally just...
So are we going to command the ancestor of the ranting Swed?
Swed? Swed. No. You mean Charles the 12th? No, this is long after his time. But yeah, I'm just imagining me on a horse. Hey, shoot that guy. Like, it's the thing from Fury, but I'm on top of a horse. Hey, shoot that guy. That guy, my lord? Yeah, him, the prancing asshole around on his horse. Shoot that guy. I love that line. Hey, shoot that guy. Well, this guy? Yeah, him, the SS cocksucker with a busted wing. All right, so they are playing... They have the Gustavian Doctrine, which means that they would they're likely to be aggressive. Which, yeah, they're going to be. Yeah, I know about the YouTube channel. Yeah, officer's commission and a year's pay for whoever hits their enemy general. A bottle of my finest wine for whoever hits his staff as well. Yes, my lord. Fires at the guy on the horse. All right, so they are definitely going to charge at us, so we need to be in a position to intercept that charge. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to move... here, like, we're going to move in cover, and then here on the hill, so we can intercept them. And we got to move quick, because they're not going to slow down. They're going to charge right at us. And I want my cavalry to watch wherever the enemy comes from. Patterson, fire, Gustav, fire a warning shot. My lord, this is a 12-pounder cannon. Man, potato, just fire it. Fire it. Here they come. Hey, wait, that's their officer. That's one of the officers. Yeah, that's one of their officers.
As Escalator Palpatine once said, Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper. they come. I want you all to imagine this for a minute. There are 3,800 men standing here. This is 650 horses charging them. Who the hell do you think is going to...
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, who do you think is going to win this? Yeah, their morale didn't get as badly hit as I thought because their officers there, but now it's about to get bad. Because it doesn't matter how tough you think you are when there's thousands of dudes reaching up into your saddle and pulling you off of your horse. Yep, there they go. Yep, that's it. Game over. That's it. Again, just why would you even think that was a good idea? Look, even if you're outnumbered, if you've got cavalry, you have the ability. It is now your battlefield. If the enemy doesn't bring cavalry or doesn't bring enough cavalry, you now have the ability to not only pick the battlefield, but basically stop your enemy from doing anything. They won't be able to do reconnaissance because you'll cut down their scouts. They won't be able to forage for food because you'll kill their guys. Like, you have full control of the battlefield at that point. But no, let's just throw them at somebody. Surely that'll be enough. Insert the Always Sunny in Philadelphia thing. It turns out it wasn't enough. All right, what do you get? Okay, no gunsmith here, which is lame. What do you have here? You got anyone good at charging? Yeah, but that's not what I'm looking for. Still, these staff officers would come in handy. I'm taking the staff officers because we can use them to do this. Even if I'm not using them, that'll help speed things up over here. Also, I think we're about to be under attack. I think if I recall correctly, weren't we about to get jumped? Oh yeah, we were. Oops. All right, get him. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of an even fight. Numbers-wise, they're basically even with us. And they're using Frederick's doctrine, so they're going to be more flank-focused. They're going to try to get around us. Prussian Musketeers, Landmils, Cantonist recruits, Freikorps Hussars, Freikorps recruits, and some Prussian field artillery. Okay, so they've only got one unit of cavalry. Which means, well, because here's the thing about the Hussars. Hussars are good on the charge, but if they get bogged down, they're light cavalry. They're going to get pulled out of their horses and murdered. And we're going to do what we've been doing before with our own cavalry. We're going to ride down and take out those cannons. Look, if we want to do the tactic I'm thinking of, we need to get so many dudes that, we can just, we can bulldoze people with charges, and then, because I know some factions in the game, you need numbers to win, but, I'm doing well so far. Let's see. A lot of bomb. I mean, that's what the Grenadiers are for. Grenadiers actually throw grenades at the enemy. I don't know what their plan is going to be. Hey, Sai. Dancing Dino. All right. Again, I don't know what they're gonna do, so we're just gonna prepare for the expect the best and prepare for the worst. Put my cavalry over on the left flank. Now, this does mean that the recruits don't have any support if they get blitzed, but well, they're just gonna have to deal with it. All right, let's start marching. We need to be careful because with a cannon, that means that they whoa! Wait, when were airplanes introduced in combat? 1916 or 1915? Yeah, 1915 or 1916. World War I. This is the 7 Years' War. The Battle of Lund. Oh, we're in Lund? Oh, the Battle of Lund. The real-life battle had such a casualty rate of 50% on both sides, with more dead than wounded. Brutal. Yeah. But that's what war is. War is brutal. Yep, they're trying to flank us. See, they're stretching their lines out really long. The thing is, I'm not going to play that game. Remember, in battle, you don't play your enemy's game, you play your own game. Sure, adapt it to his rules, but, you know, don't play his game. So we're not going to. March to the beat of our own drum. And we need to be careful because the cannons are right there. All right. Time to do something a little crazy and maybe also a little bit stupid. But al dentes fortuna juvat. Fortune favors the bold. Charge.
Hurrah.
And pivot. Perfect. Get in there. That's exactly what I wanted to do. We just crushed the left flank. Now, I don't know. Yeah, our guys... Well, yep, there they go. All right, we win this fight over here, which is good. Now, if we can push back these Hussars, we'll basically have the whole line. Go get them. Yep, Hussars are gone. Push in. We got the... We've crushed them. The whole line is breaking. Yeah, it's game over. They lose. Speed and aggression have their place. This is one of them. There we go. That's it. That's it. That took less than 5 minutes. Imagine showing up with an army equal in size to my own, and I just say, yeah, nah, I'm not playing your game. Get 'em, boys. Nah, we're gonna do our own thing. Proceeds to just run over the army. Just look at my men. Start marching, and then once you're close enough, charge, and don't stop charging until they run away. If they fall, step on them. If once you do that, if they're still alive, stab them with your bayonets. Keep going. Are they dead? No? Run them over. Alright, the Grenadiers are here. Proper Carolus Rex approach right there. Hey! Charles was right about a lot of things. This is one of them. Now, I'm technically about to do something Charles would be very mad at me for, but at the same time, like, I mean, dude's dead, so, meh. Well, I gotta win this battle first. But Charles didn't believe in attacking cities and everything. Like, he treated the places he captured with fairness. Yeah, so that does have its place, but, see, sometimes you need money. Alright, Maurice of Nassau. Okay, so fire by rank. Now, this is a more balanced army. Prussian Fusiliers, Musketeers, lots of artillery. Good grief, that's a lot of artillery. But they didn't bring very good cavalry. It's light cav. The Heinrich von Prussian Fusiliers. Ooh, that's an elite unit. Okay, that is an elite unit. We'll have to be careful of that. Sorry, I'm not looking at the monitor. I thought I heard. Remember, I told you guys those birds got in my air conditioning unit? I have to keep looking at here to make sure they didn't get out. Because, like, what happens is that if they somehow find their way out of the air conditioning unit, they end up in the closet where my water heater and the air condition are. And then they literally squeeze under the door and then start flying around in my apartment. And they're birds, so they shit everywhere. I've already had to clean up, like, walk around and clean up my apartment twice. Like, looking for bird droppings. Because don't forget, birds carry diseases. So, yeah. But I basically I shoved a towel under the door so they can't get out. Freaking, I'll submit a thing tonight after stream. I'll submit a maintenance request and tell them, hey, you guys, like, you were supposed to come by today. You didn't. So come by while I'm at work and fix this shit. Now, I have read that one thing you can do to deal with birds is that birds have really powerful olfactory senses. So, you know, no, I haven't killed any birds. I let them go. Like 4 of them got into my apartment and I let them outside. But anyway, so birds have really powerful olfactory senses. So their sense of smell is really powerful. Turns out there's some common stuff you can get that they don't like. For example, one of them's peppermint oil. So I'm thinking tomorrow, if I can, I'm going to go and get some peppermint oil or some, you know, stuff like that. They also don't like that artificial grape smell, like the stuff that's in Concord grapes. Yeah, they don't like that either. So I'm thinking that if I put that in there or put it somewhere, that'll drive them away. Like they'll leave wherever they are and they'll go back outside, but I don't know. I mean, the other idea was like trying to smoke them out, but that would put smoke in my apartment. And that'll definitely set off the smoke alarm, and I don't want to do that. So the main thing is I want to know how they got into the air conditioning unit in the first place, because if they've gotten in there, then that means there's a hole somewhere in the apartment that they used to get in. And if birds can get in, who knows what else can get in, you know? So, yeah, birds don't like peppermint oil. Yeah, oh, didn't peppermint oil birds don't like? Red Mage, I expect better grammar from you. Come on, wake up. But yes, birds don't like peppermint oil. They don't like the artificial grape smell, like that artificial grape flavor, which is like really overpowering to them. They also can't do capsaicin, like the scent of hot, like capsaicin, which is in peppers. So those kind of strong smells, it overwhelms birds, and they get away from that area as quickly as possible. That is my plan. You get some peppermint oil, and garlic is another example. Their garlic is bad, will drive them crazy and make them leave too. So that's my plan, is to basically, get them to leave by doing something. The main thing is that, they go away, but then I still hear the same amount of birds in there, which means they're coming back. In hindsight, I kind of wish when I'd let them out, when I let them fly outside, I kind of wish I'd watched them so I could have seen where they went to get in. But I didn't do that, so. And here's the thing, I'm gentle with animals. If they weren't flying around and shitting all over my apartment, I would be a lot more gentle about it. But the fact is that they keep chirping and making noise, which they're literally like one room away from my bedroom. So if they're squawking during the night, that's going to drive me insane. And the other thing about it is I want to know how they got in the first place. It's a brand new apartment complex. How the hell is there already a hole somewhere that they were able to get in with, Alright, anyway. I'm gonna try that same tactic again. Let's see if we can't break the line at one place and then wrap it up. Now, here come the cannonballs. Yeah, the longer this battle takes, the more danger we're in. Because those cannonballs will shred my guys. Alright, let's move up. Yeah, if they're not going to come to us, we'll come to them. Come on. Alright, let them have a quick shootout with each other. That's their elite unit right there. The Prussian Fusiliers. I wonder. Hey, my guys have lances! That's cool, because we gave them the item. That's one thing that's cool about this game. If you give your unit certain items, you can see it. So yeah, we can see they've got lances. That's cool. Hey, Barusa. Alright, let's see. Let's try out these new grenades. We will have to close the distance, of course. Throw those suckers. Grenades. Yeet. Ooh, that did something. Do it again. Do it again. Yeet. Do it again. What the hell? Sorry, that was loud. What the hell? I swear. Fucking neighbors, man. Someone just slammed into the wall. Whoop. I know what that sound is. Somebody's charging. Okay, well, that was very unwise. Countercharge. There we go. That should break their, that unit. Yep, there they go. Alright, move up. Time to close the net. Wait, get him. Yeah, now we're full on Carolus Rex. Get him, boys. Just run them over. Run down everything. The whole line is breaking, except for these guys coming back. The whole line's breaking. Or it's broken. I don't know about you guys, but if I was these guys coming back to the battlefield after rallying, and I saw an entire army of dudes in blue charging at me, I'd be like, yeah, nah, I'm gone. Bye-bye. Not worth it. Yep, there we go. Got him. Yeah, insert Battle of Narva flashbacks. Not dealing with this. Nope. Alright, pick the reservist so I can get my... Choose your doctrine. Infantry focus. Alright, and these musketeers can become grenadiers now. These guys will become veteran cav at one more level, so we're doing pretty damn well. No, we want this. Better morale and better command radius. Okay. Now that we got a minute to breathe, we're running out of time. They'll be here in about 20 days before they attack us. I'm hoping to find... Let's head to Kalmar over here. Maybe they've got bayonets and guns. I need bayonets for my men. Oh, right, I almost forgot. Yep, so now we can field another brigade. Okay, good, you're selling guns. Nothing really that helps me. I was hoping you'd have bayonets. Not bad, but not what I'm looking for. No. I can sell off a lot of the stuff that I found. Yeah, nothing, I mean, the guns are good, but they're not what I'm looking for. I do need to buy some more ammunition and some more reserves, just in case. So, other than that... I'm pretty sure there's another big city nearby, right? Oh, right, Lund. Well... we can check, but the only other one would be Waxo, however you say that. And the problem is, it's I don't know how long it'll take us to get there, because in 18 days the enemy headquarters is coming after us. And Jesus, that's a big army! Just noticed how big that was. Okay, I need dudes. Yeah, we need men. Yeah, I need men. We're about to get it. It's a good thing I trained up that 3rd brigade. All right. Well, looks like Amanov is in charge of the new recruits. So. Yeah, we have a very infantry-heavy force. You got one thing of cavalry and no artillery, but the trade-off is that our infantry is basically blitzed whoever they come across, which is what I'm hoping for. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Oh, right! Lund, the people who literally were trying to upcharge me on everything. I'm gonna burn your city to the ground and stomp on the ashes and take everything of value. Except your wives and your children. They can be allowed to evacuate, but after that, I'm burning the city down. I'll give you 2 days. Look, I may be the type of guy who tells my men, yeah, go ahead and burn all that down, but I do not tolerate graping or other stuff like that. That I'll have a man flogged for. Yep, here they come. They are now in pursuit of us. Why'd you take the long way? Oh well. Alright, I want to buy some more ammunition, because I want to do some, I don't think we'll have time for drilling, honestly. Yeah, they're almost here. We won't have time. And then maybe I can have an idea. Just to give us that little edge. Just to give us that tiny bit of an edge. Nope. I thought that would work, but it didn't. We're still short. Oh well. Thank you, Sir Graham. Okay. Whoop, wait. These guys can become Varvod Musketeer. Yeah, I'll make them Musketeers. Dang it, I was hoping for some of these guys to be ready to promote to, these guys to promote up to, yeah. Yeah, none of them. I thought we'd have more Grenadiers by now, but I guess not. Oh well. All right, the Battle of Kalmar. We are outnumbered, as always. Well, okay, not always, but most of the time. Anyway, we have an ad going on, so I will be right back. This gives me time to go check on the bird, check the bird thing. I'll be right back. See you in a minute. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was trying to see where the birds might have been coming from. Or how they were getting into my apartment. Nope. Or, sorry, into the air conditioner. I know how they're getting into the apartment. What can you do? It's annoying, but there's literally nothing I can do about it. I don't have any, like... excuse me. I don't have any, like, peppermint oil or any of the stuff that birds hate, so... I wish it was that simple, Barusa, but these things, they're inside my air conditioning. I already had to let 4 of them out of my apartment today, and they literally shit everywhere. And because birds carry disease, if you don't do something about them, yeah, it's kind of annoying. And I called maintenance today when I got back from work saying, hey, I've got a bird problem. Can you guys send someone to come check it out? And the desk lady was like, yeah, I'll let maintenance know. They'll get to you when they can. Like, it's a freaking animal thing, y'all. You need to send somebody. Like, but nobody showed up. So, I'm going to call tomorrow morning and basically be like, hey, remember, I'm the guy, I called about a bird problem yesterday and you guys never showed up. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to put in a maintenance request for them to come and check it out. But then I'm also going to call them tomorrow when I'm on break from work. And I'm basically going to tell them, hey, yeah, I called y'all yesterday afternoon about a bird problem. Y'all never came and took care of it. So I put in a request because I guess that's the only way y'all notice it or know about it. And, could y'all please resolve this problem? Because this apartment complex is supposed to be brand new. It hasn't even been up a year. And if somehow birds are getting into the air conditioning system, I'm wondering what else can get in. Like, so, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I will literally tell everyone about this. So, whatever. We'll see how it goes. Mr. Floyd Pinkerton, how you doing? I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir, but if you're looking for Mr. Arthur Morgan, he's not here. He stopped by about an hour ago, though. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. My name is Zaruk Windcaller. I'm a variety streamer, and I'm playing Master of Command tonight because I'm a history major, so I love stuff like this. All right, let's see. Don't happen to venerate savagery, no? No, sir. I've always seen war and conflict as a brutal art, but sometimes a necessary one, so not savage. Besides, history is filled with people fighting for different causes, some right, some wrong, but we learn from them regardless. Anyway, let's see what we got. Okay, so this is they're following Frederick the Great's doctrine, so it's going to be a lot of flanking maneuvers. What do we got? Get some musketeers, veteran musketeers, standard Prussian musketeers, more Prussian musketeers. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes Total War feels really slow. This feels better. Landmeals, recruits. Okay. So, interesting. So, yes. So I've got a bachelor's in history and a master's in library science. But yeah, I majored in history. Sure did. Wrote my thesis, my bachelor's thesis on black chaplains in the U.S. Civil War. That was actually a really cool topic. I didn't know that I was going to be able to go so deep into that, but yeah, there's a lot to that story, a lot to that research. I thought it was really cool. It's not just, yeah, I did my thesis on U.S. history, but I study world history. I study all kinds of history. Honestly, at this point, I live in the U.S., and I'm sick and tired of U.S. history. I'd rather study world history and learn from the world rather than my own country. Anyway. Okay, we do have a weakness we can exploit here. The entire right flank, their right flank, is covered in recruits. Cantonist recruits, Prussian Landmeals. Yeah, these are recruits. So these guys are literally fresh out of training. That said, they do have a group of grenadiers with them. So this is the anchor, basically. You break the anchor, then you can wrap up the line. The left part of the line is veterans. You know, like this elite unit right here, and then veteran musketeers and normal musketeers as far as the eye can see. So, okay. That's infantry-wise, though. Cavalry-wise, they've got 1 unit of hussars, and then 2 units of field artillery. All right. So. Oh, God. Shoot. The terrain does me no favors here. Because the river means that we can't... Okay, hold on, let me think. They're gonna stretch their line out as wide as possible to try to encircle me. What we need to do is make a Schwerpunkt. We need a spear point. We need to find a point in the line, put all of our pressure into it, and shatter it. And from there, we can basically wrap up the line. So, the best target, as I said, would be here, where the recruits are. These are weak units. They're not going to stand and fight nearly as long as these other units are. So, yeah, they got lower morale. So, which army did you choose at the start? I-Delta, or I-Delta, however you say it. All right. Let me see. Yeah, Indelta. Thank you. I don't know how you say it in Swedish. I assume it's Indelta or Indelta. All right, let's see. Okay. So, what I'm about to propose is incredibly stupid. Now, it has worked historically, but you gotta trust your men. And I do trust my men. Enough to do what I'm about to ask? Maybe not, but it has to be done. So we are going to take our recruits, who are basically we just got them. They're brand new. Take our recruits, this group of Vavad Musketeers, and then the Queen's Life Musketeers. They're going to have to face this entire flank of veterans. Okay, Varvad means recruited. Okay, interesting. Thank you. I didn't know that. But they're going to have to face the entire left flank because I'm putting all of my best units on my right flank to break theirs. To break that exposed unit up there. So, that would be my Grenadiers especially. Also, Grenadiers load buckshot. Because I plan on getting right in their faces. Actually, wait, let me switch this. Yeah, switch this around. Yeah, so our elite forces are here, and we will use them to basically smash through that part of the line. Okay, in Delta, we're professional soldiers that households themselves would train and give out to the army. That's an interesting... Well, yeah, okay, I was about to say that's an interesting way of doing things, and then I remembered, well, yeah, it said in the intro before you pick the faction, it says it's very similar to the Prussian canton system. All right, yeah. So I'm basically splitting my army in two. This is dangerous because if one side gets killed, we are in trouble. Because if one side breaks, they'll do what I'm planning to do. They'll just wrap up the line. So I have to put all of my faith into this shock brigade to basically march up, smash their way through these recruits, and then wrap up the line. Meanwhile, the entire left flank has to hold. So, good luck, boys. We're gonna need it. Not exactly very motivational, sir. Yeah, well, I'm a realist. I'm not gonna lie to these men. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to your face. army was decentralized, made it sort of weaker than the Prussians. Okay, makes sense. Which would explain why their gimmick is that research tree, where you can either research the Carolinian stuff or you can research like the modernization stuff. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was a toss. First, I thought it was going to be a toss-up between doing the Swedes or the Polish-Lithuanians. And then I found out that the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth's gimmick is politics. Because if you want to do anything to improve your army or recruit more men, you have to appeal to the Polish-Lithuanian government, the Sejm, the Sem, however you say it. And if you don't know how to play politics, then they're not going to help you. So I said, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That's actually my least favorite part of the old Total War games. I hate playing politics. Just give me an army and let me go conquer stuff. Yeah, they're going to be aggressive. They're not going to stand still. What in the world? I get it. They're doing a flanking maneuver. What are you doing? Man, I'm the opposite. I need the politics stuff alongside the military. Okay, I mean, it can be cool. I mean, I'll never forget when I got a triumph in Rome 2. I just took a guy around conquering city after city after city, and then they gave him a triumph. And one of my buddies was like, hey, that's actually really hard to do. And I'm like, okay. Really wasn't that easy. It wasn't that hard. Have you played any Paradox games? A few. A few Slytherin games, a few Paradox games. What I'm really hoping for is XCOM 3 someday. I know that that's probably never going to happen, but an imp can dream. Plus, I already shoved my foot in my mouth earlier this week when I said, or last week when I said, we're never going to get another Spyro game. And then Microsoft Microsoft's like, are you sure about that? And then drops the new Spyro game. So, speed this up a little bit. What are you idiots doing? Your Grenadiers are now so far away, they're not going to be able to participate in the fighting. Whatever. What kind of ass-backwards formation is this? What have you done? Alright, whatever. The entire army will advance? In which direction, Your Grace? Well, straight ahead, to be sure. Wait. You guys have buckshot equipped. Wait. You may now fuck them up. What? Fuck them up, comrade! Oh my god! Holy shit! Wow! Okay, to do a quick bit of math for y'all, they had 1,400 men in that unit, and both of these units just fired one volley each, and they lost almost 300 dudes. That... Ouch. That... Oh, God. Yeah, rip. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so far so good. Of course, it takes a while to reload. They're using buckshot, so of course it's going to take a minute to reload. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. Yeah, golly. Have some grenades, assholes. Grenadier time, baby. Go get him, boys. Thank you for the care package, Amina. I love you. Grenades! Whee! Kaboom. Get in there. And the right flank is broken, as I said it would be. Oh, shit. Save those guys. We need them. Save them. Go get them. Go save them. We can't lose the queen, the life. Oh, we can't lose those guys. Wow, the Queen's Life Musketeers just drove those guys off no problem. Damn, all right. Hey, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton, thank you for the follow. Welcome to, please make yourself at home. As I said, I'm Zaruk. Privilege and a pleasure to entertain you. All right, get these guys. Wait a minute. At 'em, boys. Take the artillery. I've got units breaking all along the left side, the left flank, but that's what I said would happen. Oh, this. Oh no. Oh no. Excuse me, gentlemen. There's about 1,200 dudes with buckshot behind y'all. You gonna turn around? Guess not. Well, not my funeral. I don't know how much a funeral costs in Prussia, but I hope it's not expensive. Gefähr! Woo! Yeah, those guys are dead. To quote Oogie Boogie, that must make you double dead. All right, swinging around. Not done yet. I'm honestly surprised the Musketeers pulled back and broke, but the recruits are still here. I mean, they're getting mauled, but they're still here. I'm both impressed and a little concerned. Get in there. Meanwhile, over here, my Grenadiers and Musketeers are killing their guys. So much for this super elite unit, which is getting mauled. All of my praise to these recruits who have done the impossible. highest praise goes to men who can do such incredible feats. Okay, they are getting flanked, though, so let's pull back now. Form a new line, quickly. Let's see if we can't form a new line real quick. Yeah, form something fast. All right, those guys didn't want to run away. Throw a grenade at them. All right, that should drive them off, I think. You guys having some... Yep, there go the grenades. All right, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Yeet! Yeah. There we go. And that breaks him. Nice. Here I was thinking we were in trouble. My highest praise goes to those recruits who held their line even when the actual musketeers broke and ran. I wish there was a way you could give medals to your units to, like, be like, hey, you earned this. Congrats. All right, there we go. We need to get more ammunition, but we did pretty good. That's the end of Act 1. Are we back? Conquer the first region is Sweden. Let's go with item slot cost. Camp settlers. Yeah, let's go with the item cost of the settlements going down. Okay. Are we back? The Varvug troops unlocked. Yeah, are we back? Okay. Suppress further Pomerania and get the Swedish veteran Cav. Protect Western Pomerania. Let's see, and get some Varvod veteran musketeers, or get some Swedish... God, these are all awful. Hey, Poing Poing. Yes, it is very cool. Armchair Historian did a great job making this. An amazing game. Yeah, I hate all of these. What else we got? Pomeranian Foot Jaegers if we reinforce Normandy. Swedish Veteran Cavalry. Swedish Field Artillery. Let's see. Hey, thank you for the follow, Poing Poing. It means a lot. Please make yourself at home. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, a variety streamer, plays games with a strong memory connection to me and my community, and I'm also a history major, which is why I'm playing games like this. Foot Jaeger. Honestly, having some light infantry to do skirmishing work would be great. So, but it means we gotta fight the Brits. And here's the problem with fighting the Brits. The British are probably the most disciplined army in the game. Breaking them is extremely difficult. And with a shock army like ours, we have to break them. We can't slug it out with them. So I really don't want to fight the Brits. I'm sensing D&D vibes. Well, you know, it's funny you say that, because this my VTuber character was actually born of a Legend of Zelda D&D one-shot where I played as a Twily named Zaruk Windcaller, who was a bard. And then when I started getting into VTubing, I just turned him from a Twily into a forest imp. So I'm now the guardian of the forest of memories, the reminiscing bard of Twilight, and yeah. So that's basically where it came from. So you are correct. It was D&D inspired. All right, let's re-roll one more time. All right, no more. Let's see. Veteran musketeers and enlistment officers, blah. Foot Jaegers, frontline focus. Good artillery. No, I'm cool with this one. Oh, it's a coalition. Interesting. Interesting. So this is new. They didn't do this in the other versions of the game. Now you can fight coalition forces. So now there's the British and the Prussians here. Interesting. That's cool. I like that. Accost Vicious Mockery. Nat 20, let's go. You're a short motherfucker and nobody likes you. Ba-da-da-da-da. Short! Everybody said, look how fucking short that guy is. And it stops you from forming meaningful relationships. And when you were born, everybody thought that you were just ahead. But then the doctor said, wait, the stupid tiny suck. I don't know the rest of that, the fast part of that lyric. He's way too fast for me. But I do, but yeah, I love the perception check thing. Let's see, let's go with, yeah, this one. Getting some Jaegers would be nice. I feel it in my toes. Motherfuckers mean to harm us. And we got to go. And they got to go. So come on, get it now. You picked the wrong day. You fuck around with my tight crew. Oh. Right. Temperatures plummet. General, your army stands upon a new frontier. The enemy has used the lull to prepare. Patrols flood the road, and field armies will begin hunting us once we've made our presence known. The year has turned cold early. Within weeks, snow will be regular and marches will slow. Lay in provisions and firewood and expect to fight in winter throughout this country. Secure your supply depot, but don't linger. Got it. There's another supply cache over there, which is great. Good start. Okay. So here's the thing. Our army is pretty substantial already enough, but we've also got the fact that we have the camp followers perk, which means we're using 10% more food. So we're not hemorrhaging food, but we're gonna start losing it quick. Heck yeah, more grenadiers. We also need to get, as soon as possible, we need to get our hands on some better bayonets. I need to equip my shock troops, my grenadiers, with actual, shock equipment. We need bayonets. We need, we need bayonets. We need all kinds of, weapons for that kind of stuff. All right, well, there's a convoy over there, so let's go grab that. Also, let's march in foraging stance so we don't hemorrhage food as quickly. Ah, great. Rain. Have a good one, Ragami. Oh, that'll come in handy. Oh, yeah. That'll definitely come in handy. Oh, yes. Another thing I need to do is get our men's morale up. So one cool thing for those who don't know in this game is that if your men's morale crosses 75, they get a boost to all of their stats because they're in high spirits. So you definitely want to keep their morale up. All right, let's see. Ooh. You got some good guns. Yeah, you got some good guns. I want those Yunkoping muskets, please. Give me those. You're not selling any gold Yunkoping muskets. Now, if I was playing as the British, I'd be going like, gimme, and just snatching those gold land patterns. But I'm not, so. All right, give me those. All right, have a good one, Dino King. Powder house. Ooh. Ooh, more oh, yes, more grenades. More grenades for our men. No bayonets. Man. A bayonet. A bayonet. My kingdom for a bayonet. Seriously, I need to buy bayonets. Hang on. Alright. Now, let's equip some of our grenadiers. Now, what I want to do is have all of the grenadiers be in one unit, because the grenadier unit will be the place of honor. And will basically be where the best of our men go. Alright, so... better gun for you, better gun for you. I'm gonna need some more gold to open up their slots so I can give them more stuff. Thankfully, we're in town, so I can sell off these old guns that I don't need. There you go.
A rock.
A rock. Okay, cool. So all of our grenadiers have grenades or have custom ammunition. Or, sorry, specialized ammunition. This is important because the, hang on. Look, I'm sorry to be taking these bayonets from you guys, but, like, the grenadiers need them more. Sorry. Like, I need to make sure my grenadiers have actual proper bayonets. And again, I'd be more than willing to give everyone new bayonets, but apparently no one is selling them here. You'd think in a place where they're selling guns, you'd think they'd sell the bayonets to go with them. So we're during, this is the 7 Years' War, which is basically right before the American Revolution, if you want a good comparison point. Ah, crap. What do you guys want? Alright, they're here to square up. Oh god, Sobieski! Uh-oh. This commander uses Jan Sobieski's doctrine. It's focused on cavalry and high resilience. Its weakness is weaker non-cavalry troops, reflecting the army's neglect of its infantry and artillery arms. It's likely to be aggressive. They've got Hessian Grenadiers, Hessian Musketeers, Freikorps Grenadiers, Freikorps Musketeers, Hanoverian Cavalry, and some British Light Dragoons. Alright, well, I've got an entire, like, brigade of Grenadiers and some veteran infantry and some recruits, but hey, those recruits held the line against guys who were way better than them, so I think we're okay. Go in guns blazing. That is the plan. As Charles XII, aka Carolus Rex, did before, I shall do the same. I shall advance upon my foe, I will overwhelm them, and I will leave none alive, stomping them into the dirt as we march over them. I just realized okay, it was intentional. I did just intentionally paraphrase Commander Boreal from Dawn of War Soulstorm, and I don't care. We will descend upon the foe. We will overwhelm them. We will leave none alive. Meanwhile, our ground forces will ensure the full defense of our headquarters. We are the Space Marines. We are the Emperor's Fury. God, that voice direction. It's so bad, but it's so bad it's good. Battle Brothers. Space Marines. And he does say it like spec, not space, spec. Space Marines. Today the enemy is at our door. We know our duty and we will do it. We fight for our honor as Blood Ravens, as Space Marines, and we fight in the name of the Emperor. And if we die this day, we die in glory. We die heroes' deaths, but we shall not die. No, it is the enemy who shall taste death and defeat. As you know, most of our battle brothers are already stationed in space, prepared to deep strike. It's so silly, and yet you can't help but love it. Alright, same tactic as before.
Then it turns out the troop you trample actually are into it and planned for your battalion to trample them.
Well, in that case, we stab them and kill them quickly. Then I'm like, what's that quote from, gosh, what's his name? Zach Hazard. He goes, oh, by the way, bam! I don't care about your sexual preference. Shut up and die quietly. And then his buddy was like, what if their sexual preference is children? Then I care about their sexual preference and I want them to shut up and die loudly. So if these guys want to be trampled, then yes, shut up and die loudly. Gonna be like that scene from Meet the Medic. Doctor, are you sure this will work? I have no idea. Oh, it is good day to be not dead. Pow, you are dead. I'm dead. I swear. I may not play TF2, but even I am aware of the impact the memes have had on all of us. All embrace me, it's my time to rule at last. 15 years have I been waiting to sit upon my throne. No allegiance, I will swear no oath. Bound by God, not by the church, as my power is divine. They thought I was too young to rule the world, just as they failed to understand, born to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. See Carolus rise with the Lord my protector. Make them bow to my will through the sky. See Carolus rise. Proved in battle, led my men to victory. No man alive or dead commands me. I answer to the Lord. Hear my orders, question me and die. What I said was said in heaven, and so it shall be done. I love, like, again, Sabaton is one of the reasons I'm playing as the Swedes tonight. To understand, born to rule. My time is now. Hey, you two break it up over there. I see that in the chat. Break it up. Seriously. Calm down. Both of you. Joking or not, if that turns into an argument, I will boot both of you. So tone it down, okay? I don't have a mod in here to tell you not to, so I'm telling you. Got it? Cool.
Zaruk Bits.
Hey, Latro, what's up, buddy? Zaruk Bits. How you doing, Latro? We're playing Master of Command tonight. I'm playing as the Swedes because I'm reenacting Carolus Rex. Chase them down. Don't let them get away. Oh, you guys are idiots. Bayonets. Kill him. Ow. Not sure what I did to deserve that, but ow. Even the AI, I don't think, knows what's happening. It's turned into a massive cluster. I can't even tell what's happening. I can tell some of my men are retreating, but I can't tell more than that at the moment. A lot of my guys are retreating, actually. Rally yourselves. Rally. Rally. Fight's not over yet. Yeah, this has just turned into a big cluster, just a big cluster F in the woods. I legit cannot tell who's fighting who at this point. All I know is that most of their guys are starting to run now. Why is the game so loud? Because I'm so close to it. If I pull back, it's not loud anymore. See? Okay, we got him. God, that was brutal. God, that entire forest is going to be full of dead bodies. Here's the thing. Back during this day and age, fighting in forest was not a good idea. Because not only were you unable to form your lines properly and shoot, but it also meant your cavalry couldn't help you. Because cavalry has a hard time moving through the woods. Surprise, surprise. Yo, Austin! Hey, what's up, buddy? Hello, Raiders. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, Guardian of the Forest of Memories. I'm a variety streamer who plays games with a strong memory connection to me and my community. And this is Master of Command, the game made by the Armchair Historian on YouTube. And if you're... Hey, Retur17, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. Please make yourself at home. And if you're like me, and you love history, and you love the Armchair Historian on YouTube, then this is the game for you. One part strategy, one part army management, one part roguelite. So please sit back, relax, make yourselves at home. Can we get a shout? Someone gave Austin a shout out. Oh, Revan McLeod, thank you for the follow. Please make yourself at home. As I said, I'm Zaruk Windcaller. It is an honor to have all of you here. So, we're here to attack. Well, I'll take the reinforcements. Thank you. I'm leading Sweden to victory. So, Tanner Dakota, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. Please make yourself at home. But yes, I will take the reinforcements. Maybe I could put IKEA. No, not there yet. No, we're talking Lion from the North, like, you know, charging with infantry and, like, you know, Carolus Rex. Speaking of which, let's see. I was chosen by heaven Say my name when you pray to the sky. See Carolus rise. General IKEA. Honestly, that would be kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, wait a minute. If you're here leading the reinforcements, how come you're not General IKEA? What's wrong, Austin? Being I mean, wouldn't that be kind of a promotion? Go from a mercenary to a general? That'd be a nice promotion, right? I mean, sure, it comes with responsibility, but I mean, yeah, General IKEA. Have a good one, Point Blank. Thank you for stopping by. I prefer doing things yeah. Oh, no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way. I mean, you can still be a mercenary and be Austin IKEA McLeod. Let's see. Also, while I'm thinking about it, would you guys like to learn a I actually want to tell you guys this because I think you guys will find this funny. Okay. So we're playing as Sweden, but I'm about to teach you guys a Finnish phrase. I only know this because a friend of mine explained it to me, and it's really funny. So if you ever hear or read anything about a Swedish, like, soldier or anything like that, and you hear, Finnish, not Swedish, Finnish, and you hear someone in Finnish yell, Tolta Manile, so that's a Finnish phrase, but it's what it translates to, which is what's funny. Tolta Manile translates to shoot them in the balls, which is an actual battle cry the Finns used during the Winter War where they fought the Soviets. Because they literally would tell each other, yeah, aim low and shoot them in the nads. That way they have to take them off the battlefield. But yeah, there's your fun fact for makes you a little bit smarter tonight. You now know how to say shoot them in the balls in Finnish. Which is the other reason I know it is like, oh god, I'm about to show my age, aren't I? Way back, some of y'all might remember this, I don't know. Back when Cartoon Network made that really stupid decision to be a live action network for a while, there was that weird show about the teenagers who used video game stuff to fight monsters and everything, and their battle cry was Tolta Manile, which I thought was a nerd thing, and then later on as I became wiser and more experienced with culture, I'm like, wait a minute, in a kid's show, they were actively having people scream in Finnish, shoot them in the nuts, which, honestly, it's actually really funny when you think about it. Let's see. So, yes, so for those who don't know, this is Master of Command. As I said, it is one part army sim, one part strategy game, and one part roguelite. Your job is simple. You are a general. You are a general during the 7 Years' War in Europe. Your job? Fight and win battles. As you progress, your men will get more experience, so you can level them up down this tech tree right here. So you can build your own army, but you're also responsible for their ammunition, their reserves, their food, and money, because you have to buy all their equipment. So, yeah. To give you an example, since we're playing as the Swedish, I'm saying the Finns. The Swedish, one of our specialties is that all of our infantry our good infantry are shock infantry. For those who don't know, actually, let me slow down. So, in military terms, there are 3 types, or at least back during this period, there are 3 types: light, heavy, and shock. Light infantry are skirmishers, riflemen, the guys who run ahead of the army and take pot shots at people, like aim at officers or aim at important individuals. They're meant to like break up formations and to harass. Heavy infantry, or there's line infantry, which is like, the guys who stand shoulder to shoulder and march toward the enemy, then line up and shoot. Heavy infantry, which is the same thing, but they're usually tasked to do more, and they're usually like bigger and stronger people. Usually they're supposed to like charge most of the time. And then there's shock infantry. Shock infantry has one job and one job only. Is that, Colonel? Yes, sir. Yes, my lord. You see that army over there? Yes, my lord. Run them over. Hey, Spicy Sausage, thank you for the follow. Please make yourself at home. But yeah, shock infantry is, I see that enemy army over there, run them over. Shock infantry will literally close the distance to like within the whites of their eyes distance. fire their fire their muskets, and then charge with their bayonets equipped. So, to put this into perspective for you guys, imagine, if you will, just picture yourself on a battlefield with about 100 other people. You're standing shoulder to shoulder, and then all of a sudden, in the distance, you hear as this long group of men, like this huge block of like maybe 1,000 guys, maybe less or so, is marching towards you. And you're with other guys just as numerous as they are, and so you're told, okay, fire. So you take aim, you shoot, you fire a volley, and still, in the distance, they keep getting closer. So you reload, and the entire time, these guys keep marching closer towards you. You fire another volley. This one even more devastating because they're closer. But they don't stop. They keep marching forward. Now, as they get really close, you can see all of these guys are over 6 feet tall. Mind you, average height at the time would have been like 5'2", 5'3". So these guys are monsters. These guys are 6 feet plus, marching towards you with these like conical hats on. They get probably within 20 yards of you, like spitting distance. They unshoulder their muskets, they point them at you, they fire a volley. You don't die, but the dudes next to you do. And then all of a sudden, through the smoke of the muskets going off, you hear the most terrifying scream you've ever heard in your life. And those dudes who you fired at over and over again, who you couldn't stop, are now screaming their lungs out, sprinting at you with a massive, with a long spear, basically, like a sword bayonet on the end of their musket, and they are running you down. And they're only 20 yards away. That's shock infantry. They would get close, fire one volley, and then charge. And here's the thing, what a lot of people don't tell you about this period of history, most of the time, if enemy armies were smart, they ran. Nobody wanted to get charged by shock infantry, or even, well, with cavalry, you can defend yourself if you know what you're doing. But against shock infantry, God, no. No one wanted to stand there and get stabbed. So people ran for it. So imagine, if you will, if you've got, 4 units of these grenadiers, as they're called. They were also called that because they threw grenades, but, we mostly associate them with being shock infantry. Imagine if there's 4 units of them. 4,000 6-foot-plus dudes who want to do one thing and one thing only. Close the distance, stare at you, like look you in the eye, fire their weapons, and then charge and stab you. Like, that's all they're gonna do. And yes, the Grenadiers were also kind of like, you want another example? They're kind of like the rock stars of the armies back then. Because to be a Grenadier, you had to be a certain height, a certain weight. You had to know how to fight. You had to be a veteran. So maybe you'd had about 5 to 10 years of service. But in exchange, I mean, you got paid a lot of money. Grenadiers got paid a lot of money. Like, it probably at least twice what what your average footman was getting. So everyone wanted to be a Grenadier. Now, of course, that sounds great, but there's a little bit of a catch with that. Grenadiers also had the highest casualty rate. So yeah, it's a great job. You get paid a lot, but you're probably gonna die. That's the problem. You're probably going to die. Like, you were most likely going to die. Because you were not expected to, you were usually not expected to live through that. So, being a Grenadier was terrifying. But the rewards were oh so sweet. So like the Landsknechts. Correct. Yes. Being, in a way it was kind of being like a Landsknecht. You were basically the best of the best, but man oh man, you were, your casualties were always going to be stupidly high. You were not, like, you know that joke, do you expect me to beg? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Like, usually that's how the officers viewed it. I expect my men to die. But here's the thing. If they didn't break the enemy, they usually did. But if they didn't break the enemy, that was it. The Grenadiers were probably going to get hacked apart. So they had to be, they had to break the enemy.
In
And
the
again,
words of Jintaki, I believe in enjoying whatever and live a good short life.
yeah, basically. Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse, as the Mighty Jingles once said. Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse. Let's see. So yes, the whole deal of this game is that you have to go through 3 acts. I'm in Act 2 right now. You'll go through each act of the game, basically going around in this campaign overworld, fighting skirmishes, training your men, getting equipment, and then when this gauge over here fills up, the enemy headquarters will come to attack you. These guys. And when they arrive, you need to win. If you win, you go on to the next act. Lose, game over. So it's like, again, it's like a roguelike. You have to plan everything out and make sure that your guys are equipped and ready to fight. We're going to move on from here, and we're going to check this battlefield over here. What's going on over here? Abandoned earthworks. Sir, we've come upon the remains of a hard-fought field, now abandoned to rain, rot, and silence. Broken gabions, torn fascines, and collapsed earthworks still mark where men once stood their ground under fire. We may salvage what useful materials remain, though much has already been ruined or carried off. Alternatively, we could spend several days setting the works back in order, using the ground as a rough school for firing practice and field maneuvers. So this is basically where you get to pick. Do you want to take the stakes for cavalry defense, take the barricades to protect your men, or use them for target practice? I'm personally more on the lines of using them for target practice. So we do that. We use up some ammunition, but all of our guys got experience, so that's good. There we go. Oh, yeah, I should also point out, every unit has their own little tech tree that they can advance down, basically. So you have to look at what you want. So, you know, like, I could have made artillery units, but the problem there is artillery is the king of the battlefield at this time period. It will do the most damage to your enemy if it's used correctly, but it's also ludicrously expensive. So you really got to know how to use it. Let's see, let's go with this one. Stamina and veterancy gain. And now my main commander... flanking damage. I hate all of these. That'll work. There we go. All right, I think that'll do for now. Sadly, we have hit our time limit, so I'm just gonna see. There we go. We'll save that there. Wait, before we go, I should show you guys some of the achievements. Like, so you guys can see how funny these guys are. Like, when they made this game. Let me find some of the achievements in here. Let's see, where is it? There's a lot of funny ones in here. See if I can find it. Oh yeah, Holy Roman Number Generator. Reach Act 3 without purchasing units at a barracks, relying on encounters and free units as the Holy Roman Empire. It's RNGesus! What else do I have in here? Oh yeah, Fetch Me Pomerania, which for those who don't know, that is a reference to Nazi zombies. So, because that's one of the Hellhounds. Fetch Me Pomerania. Fetch me their souls! Or Need for Swede. That's a Volvo. Get it? Have an infantry unit reach 75 sprint speed is Sweden. Yeah, that's a Volvo. Which is Sweden makes the Volvos. Let's see. Partition me, partition you. You will obey! I'm glad you guys like that. I'm glad you guys like that. Let's see. Oh, right. I'm sorry. I have to address this one. I am the Sejm, which is the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth government. I am the Sejm. Reach 100% support in the Sejm. And then, I love democracy. I love democracy. Build your political faction 3 times in the Sejm. So I love democracy. I am the Sejm. And then, for all the people who know me, when the winged hussars arrive. Yeah, beat a headquarters army with only cavalry is Poland, Lithuania. So yeah, when the winged hussars arrived. It's great. I love that. Good shit. But yeah, that's that's the kind of thing that happens in this game. These guys know what they're doing, and they're funny. They're very creative with their stuff. And I'd be a fool not to point out this one before I go. So a spiffing victory, which is a reference to the Spiffing Brit on YouTube, and then of course this face, this freaking face. Y'all probably recognize it. It's that meme face from The Patriot. God, it's so dumb that it's here, but it's so funny. I love seeing it. Let's see. And then, yeah, absolute power. Inflict 10,000 kills is the French. It's a silly, silly thing. But the game is so much fun. You can't, like, it's so good and it's so great for a historical piece that you can't help but love it. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, I think. I hit my 3-hour limit. So, yeah, with that said, I hope you all had a great time. Thank you all for watching. It means a lot, and thanks for listening to me yap. I know not a lot of people love the history stuff, or maybe you do, and maybe you just never had it presented to you in an interesting way. And for that, I'm sorry, because history is supposed to be really cool and really fun, and it needs to be taught in a way that it's entertaining for people, you know? So with that said, we are going to go raid someone. And yeah, I know some of y'all find history really cool. I find history cool, but you already do that. I just wish more people did. I had so many people tell me growing up that they said history was their least favorite subject and they hated it. Yeah, because you were learning the same thing over and over and over again. No wonder you were bored. Let's see. Who can we go say hi to tonight? Let me see. How about I like rating small streamers, so people who don't have a lot of people watching. How about how about my friend Hexdoll? She's still she is. She's doing Voices of the Void. My friend Hexdoll is cool. Y'all will like her. Or y'all might know her as Nile. But yeah, no, her name is Hexdoll now. So we're going to go say hi to her. She's super cool. Y'all will like her. Everyone keeps telling me to check out Voices of the Void. I don't know. I don't even know what the game's about. But hey, I've got Abiotic Factor, so I'll be checking that out at some point. Anyway, as always, it has been a privilege and a pleasure to entertain all of you, and I hope you had a wonderful time. Big thank you to those who rated in. Thanks, Austin, and thank you for trusting me with your community. And as always, remember that the memories we make in life, good and bad, make us who we are. Don't change them for anything. I love you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.